Here we are.
We are here.
We are back. Back again. To listeners new and old,
Woo.
hello and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Kyle, K-Cube. I'm here with Red in the top right and Quilly in the bottom middle. What a time to be alive. How are you guys doing?
Doing all right, another good week of Rocket League this past week and more to come.
I think we're lucky I'm awake at this point right now.
Fair. Fair. But today we'll be talking about the conclusion of Open number 4 for SAM, for APAC, and for EU. And then we now know the teams making it through the Open qualifiers to the top 16 for Open number 5 from Sub-Saharan Africa, from Oceania, from Middle East, North Africa, and North America. Then we will be doing a World Power Ranking post-Open 4, and we will finish off with overtime. So we got a lot to get through today. Some surprising results, some not at all so surprising results, and everything in between. So first and foremost, let's kick it off with Sam. So the teams making the top 8, first through the upper bracket, are Team Secret, Team Furia, Corinthians Esports, and Moonrise. And through lowers, we have Latino Heat, Team Reds, Amethyst, and TBS Esports. Teams making the top 4, we have Corinthians versus Secret, in which Secret wins in 5. We have Furia versus Moonrise, where Furia wins in 5. And in the grand finals, surprise, surprise, but actually this time, Secret take down Furia 4-1. So I saw a stat. This is the 18th time that Furia and Secret have played in SAM. And this is the first time that Secret have won. So Furia took the last 17, but Secret took this one.
Good lord. I also saw something on the Wikipedia page that apparently there was a substitution in game 1. Lost got subbed out in game 1 of the grand finals by SDL. I don't know what happened there, but that might have been part of the reason why we see Team Secret come out on top. You know, if you're Team Secret, you're on top of the world. If you're anyone outside the top 2 now, it is worst case scenario. You would much rather Team Furia just continue to sweep out on regionals because that keeps you closer with Secret for that second spot. But especially with Secret winning this regional and how much points are valued, it is not looking great for those teams on the outside.
It is certainly not. Do you say it's Jover?
It's Jover. If you're 3 through 16, it's Jover. Whatever, anything that's remotely close, it's Jover.
It's never over for the Bull. It's never over for the Bull.
He joined in so late. I feel like what's the gap he's got to close on that?
24 points.
Well, I was like, he's probably not making worlds, but I mean, the major is doable.
Is it
24 total points?
You need Secret to like miss.
I mean,
you gotta take him out top 4.
It's like you need to beat Secret in top 4 twice now, and beat Furia,
points,
or
aren't they?
They're getting 7, but you're getting 18
if you win it.
But if you got a 24-point gap, they're getting 7. You got 18. That's still
you're getting 18.
You have to win. Yeah, you would have to win.
Oh yeah. Still not enough. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, no, but if you go on to if you go on and win both of these next events, and you're down, you gotta think you're getting the Raleigh major points then too, right? You gotta have a decent showing, maybe make it out of Swiss, but that's the only way.
Yeah, this is. I mean, currently now, because of just purely for the major, they're 10 points out of Team Secret. Team Secret's worst result this past split was second, if not top 4. So at the very least, you need if Team Secret just gets back-to-back top 4s, they're pretty much clinched unless Corinthians goes on and beats Furia, which it's only happened once. It's only happened once, let alone twice.
Yeah.
So,
but
not looking great for Corinthians.
Realistically, Furia's got this on lock. They are 22 points clear of Secret in second place, and 46 points clear of third place. I don't know mathematically if they've clinched their world spot, but I think after this next event they will. So realistically, it's a 2-team race between Corinthians and Secret, in my opinion. Although I think I give the edge, based on this past event, to Secret.
Now it's interesting if Team Secret managed to either win this next one or win one. If they win one of the next two, they take the 1 seed over Furia for the upcoming major.
Yeah,
That is how big winning one of these regionals is. They if they win another one, it's your 1 seed guaranteed. But also, if you continue to at least get top twos, say Furia has a rough off day, they go out top 4. That's we could see some shake up. We could see something shake up now with Furia dropping. Obviously, I'm sure there's a little more to the story than just a Team Secret kind of showing out. I'm curious to see what happened with that sub. I didn't get to watch the SAM Grand Finals to find out, but curious if maybe there was just some internet issues, family emergency, something. But Team Secret take open 4.
yeah. So also from May 4th, I have never been so lost that I've never been so disappointed in my career. It will never happen again. I am grateful for the support of my team. I will finish all these trash players in this region.
Wow. Okay.
So I
Lost.
don't know.
Why
I,
did he
I,
get subbed?
I played the
I
entire
wonder.
series with hit lag because of
Oh.
because of internet. You guys have the worst internet in the world.
Okay, interesting.
So it's a picture. This is game 1 of the grand finals. He's sitting at 325 ping, and everyone else is sub 25.
Jeez. So that's why they subbed him out, is because he just couldn't get good internet going.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's actually no way that the internet company.
Did the internet company respond to
Yeah,
him?
he said, "Good
That's
evening,
really...
Lost. How are you? Come talk to me via DM. I'll be able to help you better there. Tell me in detail what's happening in the card holders detail. I'll see you there."
Oh, that's such a generated response. That's such an AI response.
If you're kidding, he's already getting other internet. That's so funny.
Jesus.
That's so funny. Sorry, I wanted to see because I thought I had seen him post about something, and I saw that, and I didn't fully understand why he was getting so upset, but then now I do. So that makes sense.
There you go.
Yeah. But in the interest of giving the most time possible to our power rankings here, we're gonna kind of move a little bit quicker through some of these.
Blitz.
APAC, teams making the top 8 in APAC are Luminosity, NJZ, Kinotrope, and Koi through uppers, and through lowers we have Dream Station, Sail, Godspeed, and Prex Habitus, whatever. Koi sweep NJZ in the top 4, and Luminosity sweep Kinotrope to set us up with a almost fully import grand final. Thank you, Sphinx. We have Luminosity taking down Koi 4-3. Not Movistar Koi, just Koi. So not sure entirely what happened in between the past 2 regionals, but that is the case. So Luminosity taking to game 7, but they still have a stranglehold on the region. Do you think Koi can do anything to make this major spot interesting? I mean, they'd have to win, basically win the next 2 events, because that kind of seems like what it would take. But
I don't see so. I don't think so. I think LG stay in form. I think they're actually probably a little excited to have a little more competition in that regard, but I still think I would just comparatively how I've seen them perform at major, they're the better looking team, so I think they'll secure the spot.
I think so too. Good to see Kinotrope making a top 4 as well. Realize Furlash and Maxu. So good for them, and I hope that they are able to continue that run of form, because it's the best all region team. But now time for some fun. We got EU. So first and foremost, the teams making it to top 8 through upper bracket are Vitality, Gentlemates, GK, and Carmine Corps. Those, and then through lowers we have Ninjas in Pajamas, Synergy, Dignitas, and Fast Forward. So after a flawless, not flawless, but a crazy split one, Ninjas in Pajamas again draw Carmine Corps in their group and are not able to get the job done following Game 5 to lowers. What before we start to go through some of these matches, what did you guys think of some of the teams? Ninjas in Pajamas, notably Gentlemates with Yujin, BDS not even making a main event.
I don't think BDS not making it was a surprise. I think expectations are pretty low for the roster. You know, it was essentially to put it into terms, it was like a deleted gaming rebrand in regards to EU. Like there's gonna be hype around these players, but until we're proven wrong, it's about what it looked like, and that's about what it showed up to be. Props to Eugen. There have been talks about him like performing very well in start point, and he immediately slotted in with Gentlemates and did fantastically. I mean, taking Carmine Corps to 7 is ridiculous, and quite frankly, they should have won it. They choked away a couple opportunities in that game 7, and it ended up costing them. But I mean, it showed Carmine Corps was human, and then they immediately forgot they were human the next series.
I mean, I think they just know how to beat. They just know how to beat Vitality. Like that's like realistically,
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it's come down to for them.
They got the formula.
Certainly seems like they do. But Ninjas in Pajamas sweeps Synergy and lowers 1. Dignitas sweeps fast forward. Vitality sweeps Mates in upper quarters, and you're like, okay, well maybe this Mates team isn't as good as everyone thinks they are. And then Carmine sweeps GK. Yeah, what up?
He's just facing the camera.
Oh,
The focus brown.
we then have Mates taking down Ninjas in 6, and Dignitas taking down GK in 5. So for a team like Gentlemates fighting for a major spot, the going out top 6 is rather rough for them. So, what did you guys think about their final performance, and what do you think that they need to do moving forward to do better?
Who are we talking about here? Sorry, Mates.
Oh, he walked
I-
away.
He's gone. Well, I mean, for Mates, like I can't really say much else. They took Carmine to 7. There's not much else you can say to do better. I mean, maybe have a better outing in the uppers, right? You took the best team in the world to 7, but you got swept by Vitality, so maybe a little more preparation on that end. But I mean, you got the job done. You took down NIP 4-2. If you're an NIP fan, you are worried. I'm saying that now. Missing out on the previous major, not making it the top 4 in this regional, you are concerned about making it for Worlds, about making it for Raleigh.
So I misspoke and was thinking that I'd said that Gentlemates lost to Ninjas, but they did not. But before we get too worried, who wins in a top 6 series, Ninjas or GK?
Depends.
Ninjas.
Is
Oh.
Itachi using the Roadhog?
Roadhog Itachi.
Ooh.
GK.
Oh no! And
It's not working, dude. It's not.
Okay, well, better question. Is Ole using the Batmobile?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Itachi Roadhog versus Batmobile Oli.
If it's Batmobile, Ole wins. But if he's not in the Batmobile, or Itachi's not in a, or is back to a authentic, I don't know. I'm confused by this roster, because this GK roster then loses in Game 5 to Dig, right?
Hey,
like a Dig team that we had big question marks going into the playoffs format, right? You have a very shaky group stage. You lose to GK 3-1, and then you go to Game 5 with
Overtime.
JJ
Game
Rocks.
5 overtime with
Yeah,
JJ Rocks.
Game 5 OT with JJ Rocks. So GK had already beat them once, but then obviously they did their research, did their studied their notes, studied the film, and turned it around. But I don't. Dig is easily probably one of the most inconsistent teams right now in EU. With NAP as a close second, I think those teams really need a wake up call, and they kind of need to figure it out, because right now with Gentlemate's form, they could easily sneak in and steal away that 3 or 4 spot.
So you said Ninjas over GK. What about Ninjas versus First Dig?
Oh, Ninjas. I'm taking NIP. Absolutely.
So, I mean, we've talked about it a little bit, and we have you teased it a little bit at the beginning, but I'll circle back to this. But Carmine Corps takes down Gentlemates in 7 in the top semifinal, and Vitality dispatches Dignitas in 6. And then Carmine Corps realizes, wait a minute, we're in the grand finals again, and we're playing Vitality. Let's just beat them in 6. Let's finish this off quick, and so they do that. But so, like, realistically, in my eyes right now, the top 3 in EU are Carmine Corps, Vitality, and then Mates.
I think it could also Mates could also be suffering. The thing I bring up is that a new team, no team knows how to play them yet or knows how to read them just yet. So the Eugen, it might just be a first-time Eugen buff that they're getting.
Mm-hmm.
They're also the only top 5 EU team to make a roster move.
Also true.
So
we've
no
noticed
knows how
it.
to read them.
They
got to get the read on them.
Yeah. Other than NRG2, it's really been adapt or die, right? Like you've seen what happens to teams that don't make roster moves. It's difficult for them. So, but just based on this one regional, it to me it looked like KC, Vitality, Mates, and then there's a toss up for 4th with Ninjas, GK, Dig.
Yeah, I'll say it's. I mean, it's easily K Corp 1, Vitality 2.
Yep.
My 3-4. I'm still iffy on. Gentlemates looks like they could be the 3 seed. Looks are not always what they seem, especially in EU.
It's also
we thought
depend
NIP was a lock for the 4 seed, and then
Legacy run.
It's also going to depend on matchups too.
Yep.
Like maybe Vitality have a shocker and they go lowers, and then you take lower round 1 and you got NIP.
No longer we pray to RNGesus. We play to Bukals.
Yeah, exactly.
I think matchups is truly a very underrated thing, because we just talked about who we think 1 through 4 is, and pretending the 1 through 4 seed is the definitive answer. But who you get paired up against, it plays a huge factor into how far you make. Because you see in K Corp round 1, it's lights out for you, buddy. That's it. It's really just the luck of the draw, and so it's really 3, 4, 5 are all interchangeable. It really just depends on who they're going against.
It certainly does, and like I feel like if NIP didn't accidentally forget to check in and have to throw one of their open qualifier rounds, and like what if they take GK's spot in Group B? That seems like a pretty easy walk for them to uppers in my personal opinion. So it's so matchup dependent. You guys are so right that it's like, hey, we really gotta figure this out, and really, it's like Space Station, pre this season, right? Like couldn't avoid G2, just couldn't do it.
Now current complexity.
Yeah, now current exactly. But so I mean, at this point, I don't think anyone's really beating KC, at least online. Eugen, I thought looked fantastic. Don't know what would you guys think?
Ratto's the problem. That was a given.
I mean, hey, we were Ratto haters from the start. We thought the Ratto pickup was not the right move. We were correct. You could say that we know ball. But it is. I am curious to see how the 3-4 shake out, because I think we're gonna have some surprises.
I think so too. And we have just the last thing I'll say about EU before we move over to our other regions is I think KC and Vitality are locks, and then we have GK, Mates, Dignitas, and Ninjas in Pajamas all fighting for the last 2 spots. So everything to watch down the stretch, the next month in EU, and a lot to look forward to, and a lot of points to battle for. So with that, now let's jump south and talk about SSA. Our teams making the top 16 are Foot Esports, Hey with Riz, Limitless, Labosh, 77 Blocks, Relentless, We'll Have a Look, Strive Esports, Phony no Jutsu, Gene 6, We Love Farming, Triple B, Cristobal Cologne, Antisocials, Pamino's Dizza, and Cosmico Esports. So first and foremost, best name?
Pomino's Dizza, sir.
Yeah, I mean Pomino's Dizzo is
Pomino's.
that's so good. That's
Yeah.
so good.
That's
That
good.
I mean,
I like We'll Have a Look.
We'll Have a Look is pretty good too. Anti-socials, I mean,
Cristobal Cologne is still always pretty good too because it's just Christopher
Yeah.
Columbus. But and then realistically, the only talking the talking point for this region is the same talking point that we've always had. Anyone but Foot.
Eva La Foot.
even a foot.
Foot clinches a world spot with a regional win here. I also think that they haven't clinched a Raleigh spot after this event, but it'll be pretty dang close. So good luck to all of the teams competing this coming up weekend in that. Moving over to OCE. Teams making the top 16, we have Wildcard, Healthy Chiefs, TSM, Power, Prime Petties Pups, I'm Fine in the West, Nookles Pookles, Scrims World, Chins Up, Run It Back, RTT, Tsunari, Faburger Beast, 3 Cheeses, Retired, and Freshies from Down Under. So, Quilly, I'm putting you on the spot. You got a best name here?
Knuckles Puckles.
I'm still a big Nookles Pookles fan. Or Knuckles Puckles, whatever you prefer.
The Freshies from Down Under sounds like a great sitcom.
It kind of does.
Sounds like their version of like Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Fair. But it wild card, Power, Chiefs, and TSM all go 3-0 and top Swiss. It's kind of the same groups that the same teams that we'd expect, from SSA. Wildcard, Power, Chiefs, TSM all kind of seem to be the top 4 teams, but I don't think any teams outside of those 4 really have a chance. Maybe a Scrims World, but I haven't seen enough recently to think that. But do you think Wildcard can go back to back, or do you guys think somebody else takes this one?
I think
Wildcard
has no choice but to win it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wildcard is arguably I feel like they're a lock for at least top 2. I mean, I see a world where Wildcard don't at least secure a spot for Major and Worlds. As for that 2 seed, depends on what OC's feeling, because it's as big as a toss-up as the 3-4 for EU.
Depends on what side of the bed they wake up on in the morning.
For real.
No kidding. But anything else that you guys want to talk about for OCE before we jump over to MENA? Okay.
Next.
I'm saving the one name for last because, dear God, I have no idea. I'm going to put it in chat. I have no idea what to make of it. But teams making the top 16 are Falcons, Twisted Minds, Al Kadsaya, Sleeping, Team Vision, 000, The Vicious, ROC Esports, Off, Be Right Back, Infamous, MDW, 777, EKW, F16 Esports, and I'm just going to call it Q. It looks like they just smashed their keyboard. I'm again going to put it in chat. But that is the team name.
Let's see here, we'll bounce back to Oceania real quick. We got Rockets in chat here. They had a TSM versus Power Grand Final. They both didn't go first sweat by Chiefs and Wildcard.
I'm gonna put it into Google Translate and see what it comes out with.
Yeah.
Oh God. I think Wildcard is showing cracks. Maybe a new winner this open. Yeah, I mean, at the same time though, is it really a winner? Aren't they just gonna go 1-3 in Swiss again? Like, I don't know. I've lost so much faith in Oceania. But anyways, yeah. I'm curious to see what Google Translates thinks that says. But I feel like we had the just honorable mention of best name. Like even if we can't pronounce it, like the fact that they're top 16.
Google Translate didn't even.
Also,
try. They just said every letter.
I'd like to mention that, and we didn't really talk about it a whole lot in the last episode when we were talking about this, but for OCE Open 4, both semifinals were a reverse sweep.
Apparently,
and
didn't realize that.
I saw that, and I didn't put it in the notes, and so I didn't mention it. And also the grand finals again. Wildcard take the first 3, Chiefs win 2, and you're thinking, oh my god, are we gonna have another one? And then Wildcard are able to save it off and win in 6. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm so not enthused with the consistency from these teams. So like, I feel like Power, Chiefs, TSM all have like pop off ability to win an event, but it just seems like Wildcard has like the highest floor. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, it's Banana Head. Like it's Banana Head. Like
Banana
you
Head.
have Banana Head, so your floor is already high. I mean, he's probably one of the more experienced players in Oceania when it comes to international play. So automatically you just have that kind of sense of stability.
There was like,
But
is it because he had the pump?
you got to back it up, and right now Oceania ain't backing it up.
Yeah, true. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens nonetheless with that, but I still think that it's going to be wild card for me at least. But anyway, did Google Translate come back with a
It gave up.
No, it gave up.
It just
Okay.
said, it just said
gave
every
up.
letter.
Fair,
It just said
fair.
KWPRD. Not even a try. It saw that and said, "What the hell did you just do?"
What did
Probably
you say
someone
to
trying
me?
to hack into Google.
Yeah, fair. But so I guess let's do best name for MENA.
Q.
Yeah,
Q.
yeah, okay.
just for making it this far with that team name.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
Other answer.
So also that team is Z4, Nawaf, and ISL6NII. I don't exactly know how you would pronounce that one, but
the team names are just like the player names are just like the team names. Nice.
yeah. But realistically, at Falcons, Vision, ROC, and Twisted Minds, I'll go 3-0 in Swiss. Anybody other than Falcons or Twisted Minds? I mean, maybe Al-Qad Saya makes a push.
I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like maybe Al-Qad Saya sneaks in, but when it comes to winning the grand finals, it's only going to be Falcons or Twisted Minds.
I would tend to agree. So anything else for MENA before we tackle our last but certainly not least region, NA?
Next.
Okay. Teams making the top 16. We have NRG, Gen G Mobile 1, Space Station Gaming, Complexity, The Ultimates, Shopify Rebellion, Deleted, Team Evo, Strictly Business, Schnitzel House, Pirates on a Boat, Lil Step Bros, Bubble Sort, Sim Talk Plus One, The Boys, and SOS. So first off, best name. I am intrigued on this one.
I mean, I think Schnitzel House. Yeah, Schnitzel House. It's good.
I still like Strictly Business, but I will accept a Schnitzel House here. That's a good one too. Also notably, I'll say it now because we'll be talking about them quite a little bit, but Schnitzel House is Lion, Blaze, Pizzy, and Panda. And so, Red, do you want to talk about what happened?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't watch it. So it's energy and Swiss stage. It's about what I expect at this point. But Schnitzel House take them to 5. They almost beat them in 4. Oh, Schnitzel House will beat energy in 4 until a last second play to send it to OT, and then they win game 4. Energy wins game 4. Take it to 5. Didn't watch game 5, but props to Schnitzel House for coming out 1 seed in that group. I'll say it's just part of the plot because now it's NRG Genji in the Swiss bracket stage, whatever it's called, whatever the fancy terminology is for it, the group stage. It was always meant to be. It's running the ones back with Genji.
I
They
just
certainly
pray
are.
that I just need them to take out Genji.
For the
Them in
for,
complexity.
for-
I need them gone.
for the children.
for the
For the
children.
children.
I can't say the boys because the boys made the event.
The boys exist.
For the other boys.
Yeah, the boys being Percy, Evo, and
My
Aqua.
boys. My boys.
Also, I got to give a shout out to Little Step Bros to Guh for making his first RLCS main event. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to T Corral and Alpha Cap. I was not watching Alpha Cap stream, but I'm sure that he was
It
going
was
absolutely
hilarious.
insane.
It was a sight to watch. I think he just posted a YouTube video of like his like that contains like clips and highlights from it, and it's funny.
If you're gonna turn it on, make sure your volume's probably very low.
Like 15%, yeah. Like I 15.
Yeah, he certainly. I mean, he knows his audience. He puts on a show, so good for him there. But congratulations to them for making the main event. The next team that was kind of surprising for me would be SOS, and that's Drewy, Life, and Plexi. Kind of a really good showing for them, going 3-1 after losing to SOS. They take down Step Bros, they take down SimTalk +1, and then they take down LSR. Not super convincing in any of their wins, going to 5 with Step Bros and 5 with SimTalk +1, but a good showing for them as they finish in third place, the best of the 3-1s. Thanks to Bucky or Buckles or whatever you want to say. So
Buckles.
yeah. But who was the most? What was the most surprising finish for you guys coming out of the double Swiss?
I mean, besides Schnitzelhaus, obviously, 9 lives after going top 6 for Open 4, going 1-3 in Swiss stage, and mind you, it's not like they had a difficult set of matchups. They got swept by CMK, which consisted of, if I can even find them, let me scroll
Oath,
here.
Repeat, and Swaz.
Yeah, O3P Swaz. So you got swept by O3P Swaz. You then lose in game 5 to LSR, which is Snaz, Roxers, and Lunar Brawler. You then sweep Zookeepers, which, as you should, but then you lose game 5 to SimTalk +1. I mean, that's not a bad team to lose to, but you shouldn't be in that position in the first place. I mean, you are 9 lives. You are Chicago, you are Hoxer, and you are Zanil. You guys have been here, done that. You should be handling business against LSR and CMK.
I mean, I would venture to argue that was the easiest of the groups, right? In terms of like the Swiss groups that you had, right? I mean, you have Space Station, Genji, Shopify. Okay, that's decent. But in the other one, you have Ultimates, Energy, Complexity, Evo, Deleted. There's more like consistent main event teams than the other one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look. I know we saw a tweet from Chicago about basically apologizing.
He said,
and
"I'm embarrassed."
again.
Sorry.
Yeah, which the fact that that's all you get out of it from Chicago is saying something. I mean, that's
He didn't beat around the bush on that one.
Just straight up. Sorry. So it's not a great look. I mean, that pretty much I think seals the deal for 9 Lives trying to make major at this point. Even with the top 6 from Open 4, like you are missing out on so many points. That their placing there got them 0 points. 0. You got $750, so enjoy the $250 paycheck, but you got 0 points. So, I mean that essentially eliminates 9 lives. You hate to see it. I was kind of a big 9 lives fan.
It doesn't fully eliminate them. Last chance qual.
Well, I guess for I'm talking more so
For Raleigh
the
and
regional
yeah,
for
I gotcha.
Raleigh.
Yep.
You will not see Chicago Hawks or Zenil at Raleigh unless it is them in the stands hanging out with.
Damn. You're not wrong though. You're not wrong.
I mean,
though.
don't lose to
Be there.
LSR and
Yeah. No.
CNK.
Yep. No.
Only as a fan.
But yeah, I just it way too bad of a result from way too good of a team in my opinion. I certainly think that they're a better team than they showed. Like I even like they have the same record and the same Buko score as Gas, and Gas played, in my opinion, they play complexity, they played telekinesis, they beat Taha Buffy Miss, and then they lose to Na. So it's like similar results, but two teams that would like to think that they're in very different parts of their career arc. So we have the retirement house on one hand and the not retirement house on the other. So
They're almost at the retirement house, though. They're
Appar-
getting there.
certainly seems like it after
I
this
think
event.
I think they're like over the hill, and they're on the. I think this is definitely someone just came up behind them and pushed them farther down the hill. So it's not looking too good for the boys. Could be possibly end of an era.
It certainly could indeed. But was there anything else that you guys wanted to add on NA, on any of the other regions that we covered before we do our world power ranking?
SSG to the goddamn moon.
Fair.
Energy,
The boys look so good.
business as usual.
Fair. Well, they either lose in Swiss or they lose in one of the in their first upper playoff round. So like it's fine.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, business as usual.
Fair.
With Daniel, we can't use Daniel's power until at least Saturday.
Yeah.
At least Saturday.
Fair. So next we're gonna do a new segment. We're gonna do a world's power ranking. We're gonna do 1 through 20. We do not need to take you have to pick like top 16 has to include an APAC, an SSA. We're just gonna do top 20 teams in the world, regardless of region.
Ooh.
I'm
And
scared for the amount of blue we're gonna see.
yeah, well, so we're gonna do it like we're gonna go around the like around like we did
Oh
last
no,
time.
not this again.
Like how
So,
we did it for-
but
Not this again.
the first one is
Ultimate's is going 15, bro.
but Casey is one. They're one with a bullet. That's like not even debatable.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna start at 2.
Not-
We're gonna start at 2.
Perfect. Yeah.
So Red, do you want to kick us off at 2? Who the
Oh, yeah.
second best?
No.
Okay,
Give me in there.
I kind of figured that might be coming.
I get reasoning. They beat Falcons, who were arguably ranked higher than them going into the last major. Yes, they lost the Ultimates. It's a one-time fluke. They put up a better performance against Carmine Corps than Ultimates did against Carmine Corps. They are easily argued as the number 2 team in the world. Lock it in.
Okay, fair. You're not gonna hear an argument from me. There's another team maybe I take over them, but hey, Quilly.
Put a lot of stock in the Falcons win for a team that looked awful in that major, but
And they still beat Falcons, looking
it makes
terrible
it
in
easy
the
for
major.
me. It makes it easy for me to put Vitality number 3.
I think that's a good one. I think that they certainly are there. This is where things get a little bit interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
based on the last LAN, I think you could put Ultimates here. Based on the last LAN, I think you could put Furia here. I think you could potentially put Falcons here as well.
Healthy Chiefs.
Give me LG. No. But
I mean, it's between 3, I think. Yeah, it's between the 3 you said, in my opinion. But
yeah, and it kills me to do this, but we glazed them the last time, and I can't do we can't put them 15 again, so I'm going Ultimates here.
yeah, we can hate on first kill all we want, but they showed out, and they still continue unless like in open regionals. They do just fine until they face energy, which we have energy above them. So
Yep.
It really just depends what version of Chronic and LJ we're getting.
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. So Red, who do you got at 5?
I mean, I feel like you know what? No, I'm locking in. Give me Furia,
Okay.
and purely because at that major, Furia did better. I mean, they did better.
We also cracked the code last episode. Falcons can't play on Sundays.
They can't play on Sundays.
All
It
of
just
their
doesn't work.
regionals end on Saturday. Even esports EWC ended on a Sunday.
They won that though. Oh wait, no, they didn't.
They did
That's
not.
wrong
They
thing.
lost in the
Wait,
grand
wait.
finals.
What day did FIFA E end on?
Oh,
Oh,
hold on.
I mean,
I will.
They still lost, but
There's a plot hole. No, FIFA E they won.
oh no, FIFA E. Okay, yeah.
I'm checking. I'm checking.
There's a
Yeah.
plot. There's a plot hole. There's a plot hole in
Wait,
the story.
we gotta confirm. We gotta confirm.
12-8.
Ham. Checking.
That's a Sunday. That's a
Uh,
Sunday.
Oh, they did it! They broke the curse.
As long as there's no org backing.
Okay, it's 12-8. It's a Sunday. It's okay if it's a Sunday in Saudi. It can't be a Sunday anywhere else, though.
True. Did not take that into account. It was in Saudi.
Well, they lost a Sunday
time
Sunday
zone.
in for EWC.
Well, then I'm just.
I don't know. I don't know. I've dug myself a hole.
We've
I-
run out of
Together,
excuses.
Falcons. What are we doing?
okay. So Fudia 5. Who's 6?
I mean,
Clearly.
really.
Which stock do we want to put in this Justin buff?
Whoa.
Got the crazy poll.
So currently we have KC1, Energy 2, Vitality 3, Ultimates 4, Fudia 5.
We're not putting Gen G above Falcons, are we?
Has looked different, but
It's
I'm still gonna put
honeymoon,
Falcons.
though.
I'm still gonna put Falcons at 6.
Okay, I was like, I need a little more
I do-
results for that.
I think it's closer than we think if they keep playing how they did in the last Open.
I think
That's fair.
you're right, but
That's valid.
I haven't seen enough
Peak,
to
we got Peak Bear, you got some cheese action going, and you got
Yeah, Justin
Dime
smiling.
Master himself, Justin.
That's terrifying. Justin smiling.
Justin with a
is
smile buff
terrifying.
is crazy.
So now I think
Alright,
we get to
thank you.
we get I think now we get to some interesting interesting places.
Mhm.
So I still think EU depth is better than NA depth, based on what
I-
we've seen thus far. Right? The
That's valid.
old Gen G could never. However, with Justin, I think that they've certainly jumped a few spots, but I don't know that you can justify them here at 7. So I like what I saw from Ninjas. They did not do enough though. We've already used KC Vitality. I don't know that I'm a huge GK believer, seeing what I've seen recently. I think I go mates.
Really? I mean, they fall under the same bias with Gen G though. It's the honeymoon buff. Like we haven't. This team didn't even make major.
Maybe you have to put Dig here.
I was like,
I don't.
Twisted Minds is right there.
I know.
guys, so you got Twisted Minds. I was leaning toward Twisted. Like,
Yeah, we'll do Twist. You're right. I
like,
thought about it, but I was like, eh.
don't mean to peer pressure you.
No.
but, like,
That's
We're picking a team that's 20 points out of the major.
Yeah. Like I would have loved mates there, but we gotta remember that the baggage mates is carrying is heavy as hell.
It's your pick, man.
Yeah, it
It's your
is
pick.
mine.
yeah.
It's mine now.
Because now we get to the
Yeah.
mucky middle, right? So now I think it's kind of a coin toss.
Do I think Dig is better than NA3? Which NA3 right now is complexity, but could definitely be Gen G if they keep form.
So
Well,
give me
actually, as of like for Major
Shopify
2,
Rebellion.
it's
Give us Shopify at 8.
Yeah, no.
for Major 2, it's not complexity.
No, okay, this is true for Major 2. But this is world power ranking. This
Yes.
is just major power ranking.
Yes.
So taking that into consideration, I mean, God, that Gen G squad looked deadly. But how much am I banking on that? Do I think the Gen G squad that we saw last week can beat that Dig squad, who I have already said is inconsistent as hell?
I think they can.
I mean, I think they can, but how?
As long as it's not on a Friday, then we're golden.
Oh man, this is tough. I
Well, it makes it easier for Quilly because I think he picks the one that you don't.
you fix the other one. Yeah, I think that's what's happening here. But
SSG's
does he
going
does
next.
he
I don't know
go
what you're
does he
talking
go?
about.
That's fair.
uh, I'm trying to think, how did Dig do in Raleigh? I'm trying to remember. They went top
In
8,
Raleigh, Birmingham.
or no, yeah, not Raleigh, Birmingham. They went top 8 in Birmingham. think.
No, they didn't make it. They didn't make it a Swiss.
Did not make out Swiss? Okay.
Yeah, no, they went round 5. They lost to GK.
Oh yeah, yes, them and Genji placed around the same. Then it, you know what? In that case, give me Genji.
Oh,
Give me Genji.
That was my pick.
Give me Genji purely because Dig didn't do great in that Swiss for Birmingham. I mean, they placed what, 1 round better of Genji,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I think Genji plus Justin can easily beat 1 round difference, if not more.
Well,
So give me Genji.
they also went round 5, but with Twisted.
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, Genji, absolutely.
Okay.
Really.
Is
I
the
don't
EU
know.
glaze going to continue?
I don't know.
Is the EU glaze going to continue?
I'm
EU glaze.
stressing.
We've been kind of bag on
We
EU.
haven't. We
I mean,
haven't put it. We haven't put an EU team since. They've been 1-2, and they haven't seen a
we have
spot.
we have EU3 going at 9 right now.
I think just for continuity. Dig at 9
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
against my
fair.
better judgment.
Fair.
I don't
Alright.
think that that's unreasonable.
It's,
Yeah.
I genuinely. It really depends on what version of Nip we're getting too.
This is true. This
Yeah.
is true.
Also true.
If it wasn't for what I just saw, if this like last open didn't just happen, I think I would be putting Nip here.
I'd agree. I would
Okay.
agree.
We did just see him beat K Corp.
They beat K Corp.
K Corp round 1 of
mates.
Swiss.
It's K Corp's second loss though. I think.
Yeah. No.
They
Yep.
lost to GK in 3 in Open 3, and now this one. That is the only 2 losses on K Corp's record in 4 splits and a major.
Well, they don't have to fall far because I'm taking
Oh,
I forgot about mates for a second. Fuck. Just because we're doing a world power ranking and the Open 4 did just happen. I'm taking mates over NIP right now.
ooh, okay.
Neither of them made the major, so just off the last one.
They beat him in 7.
Yep.
They beat him in 7. It's not a fair shout.
Okay, so now 11 to you, Red.
I was like, I feel like at this point we have to go. I mean, it's surely NIP at this point.
Yeah, for
Like-
sure.
Like that's like a no-brainer.
Okay. And then to recap again so far, KC 1, NRG 2, Vitality 3, Ultimates 4, Furia 5, Falcon 6, Twisted Mind 7, Genji 8, Dignitas 9, Gentlemates 10, and Ninjas in Pajamas 11 so far. So we got 8 spots left. 9 spots
Give me
left,
Foot
Matt.
Esports. I'm just gonna throw this whole power ranking.
Unironically, I have been starting to think about Luminosity somewhere.
That's what I'm trying to scroll back and see, like, if there's any minor regions that can slide into this spot.
I don't believe in
Not-
OCE. I
not
don't
yet.
believe not in
I
Sam yet.
Not even.
I think we'll
Secret.
see them
I don't even know if I
slip-
can put secret here yet.
No, not with their Swiss stage showing.
Like, I don't even know if an OCE team makes top 20. Like, that's like kind of crazy, but
Maybe wild card at 20. Maybe.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
because that's where I'm like, because I'm thinking, wait, who Red, did you did NIP at 11, so Quilly you're 12.
Yeah,
Like-
it's Quilly.
This could be a complexity spot. This could be an SSG spot for me.
I mean, yeah, sure. I'm thinking this is NA4 at least. Yeah.
Okay.
Lock it in.
Little bias. Little bias
Click
in
the
there.
button.
Little
Definitely
bias.
bias.
in
Click the button.
there.
Click
Yep,
the
okay.
Not, not
Putting
even
it
denying it. Absolutely
SSG
biased.
12.
button.
So then,
I mean, okay, there's
They
one
looked
answer for this.
so
Then.
good though that in the last splits they were struggling against teams that were way below them, and in this last split, I feel like they took such a leap and were dominating, and they weren't. It wasn't looking like close matches, and I'm not hating it.
yeah, no, you got SSG at 12, and then I'm taking Complexity at 13, and I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, I
Complexity's
mean,
behind
it was.
SSG unless they're playing SSG.
Yeah, it was gonna be like those two. Like those two can flip flop any day on this power ranking, in my opinion. Like they can absolutely just flip flop.
So
Now, who the hell do I? I mean, okay, well, wait.
GK?
Let me think here. Yeah, I was like, we gotta go GK.
GK's the only So we have
Oh no, this is not a question. Yeah, we go GK. We go
Yeah.
GK here.
yeah.
I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so now from EU we have GK, we have Dig, we have Mates, we have NIP, we have KC Vitality. So KC Vitality, Dig, GK, NIP, Mates. We have 6 EU teams. We currently have 5 NA teams.
Yeah.
We have both MENA teams and one SAM.
team.
So no OCE, no APAC, no SSA.
It's gonna stay that way.
Yeah, it's gonna stay there for a little bit more.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I could. This is when we start making the arguments for like LG.
That's what I was thinking.
What are we
But
arguing? What are we?
I mean, okay. Well, let's think about this. So who's in a what NA5 at this point?
NA6 is 9 lives, followed by Deleted, Poab, Shopify, Evo.
See, that's the hard part is that it's a world power ranking and not like a major power ranking where we could just like see who's like the best of the worst. This
Who's
is
left?
like
Yeah, who's left? Yeah.
we're comparing NA and EU bad teams to like the premier teams of OCE and SSA and all that.
Well, because it's
I mean,
if you like looking back at Swiss for LG, they beat Chiefs, they beat Wildcard. Their only 2 wins are against OCE. So in my eyes, they are firmly above OCE.
I don't even know if I like GK below complexity right now.
that's who I left. I mean,
I might pick.
So Complexity's only win in Birmingham was against Secret. They lost to Dig, Furia, Twisted Minds. But like really the teams that we have missed from the major so far are Luminosity, Wildcard, Secret, Chiefs, Foot.
I mean, okay, yeah, like, what, I picked GK, so is this Quilly? Who is this? Who's picking
my
this?
pick?
Yeah, this is your pick at 15.
Oh, I mean, yeah, okay. I think I know who I'd go here at this point.
Schnitzel, right? They beat NRG.
That's
That's gotta count for something. This is tough. I'm just scrolling and just looking at team names right now.
I went back and looked at the Birmingham Major results. I think I know I'd pick just based off that because it's the only way we could really gauge international play.
I mean, like, I feel like we have to get Secret in here soon. Like they had a terrible.
Are we taking Secret over Wildcard though?
Oh well.
Ooh.
It's closer than it should be. Is the problem?
I
honestly, I kind of want to take Al Katsaya before I take any of them. They're putting up fights with Falcons and Twisted.
That's actually not a bad. That's not a bad.
That's
pull.
not a bad shout. Do we? I mean, like,
lock it in.
Do we?
Okay.
I'll catch Saya. All right.
Okay. So now we sit at 16. We still have not picked an APAC, an SSA, or an OCE team. Like
this is you, Kyle.
I know. So like it's a this season, right? But like historically, this is a Secret team that we've seen do some stuff with KV1 Mata Brad, and I think Swift for Brad is probably an upgrade. As much as I, hate to break up more of the ad team.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. I mean that was Swift's first LAN. That's I think that they realistically would do better because I mean they drew Falcons. That's tough. Complexity had their number. They beat Foot in 5 on a reverse sweep, and they lose to Gen G in 5 as well. So like they were starting to ramp up. So I would hear an argument here for Secret. I would also hear an argument for LG, in my opinion now, because like looking at the rankings, like for like just the world rankings. I mean, I don't really think Synergy without Fusion is going to do anything in EU. BDS certainly isn't. I don't believe enough in 100%, in the consistency of 100%. So that kind of eliminates EU. It's definitely not going to be 9 lives or deleted or POAB for me. Maybe Shopify start to creep in here. But like, because the tough part is, do I think Shopify that could beat LG? Probably, maybe.
It's like we're getting deep in the hypotheticals.
Yeah,
Like,
we're going deep in the bag now.
Yeah, it's like they could, but
Crazy. 1 through 10 was like a 5-minute segment, and then everything after that it's just gonna
Exactly.
be a 20-minute segment.
Exactly.
I think at this point,
I know
feel like
I
at
know
this
who I'm
point,
putting here.
there can't be much arguing, so we could just let it rock.
Yeah, it's like we'll just let the one person rock. So, Kyle, it's up to you.
All I know is
I'm going
Foot's at
Secret.
20.
I think that they're going to do a little bit better at this major. I think that they finally got their regional win. I think that they looked good. I think that they've kind of even if it was internet related issues, I think that they will do a little bit better. I think that they take this major spot, and I think that they do a little bit better in Raleigh.
Well, that makes my decision really easy. Give me LG. That's a no-brainer.
Okay.
All right, Quilly.
We can't glaze OCE this hard, can we?
You mean the opposite of glaze?
Sorry, yeah, we can't disrespect them this much, can we?
Oh, we absolutely can.
Yeah.
They didn't make it out of round 4 of Swiss.
I'm honestly, it's like Shopify's such a bad pick because this untapped potential is staying untapped. Whatever this untapped potential Reynolds is talking about with these two guys, it's still raw and unfinished. It's not coming out. They're looking horrible. I don't think
they hit some clips though in Swiss.
They had some
I
clips,
don't think
but
I'd see CJ at a lower point.
Like still CJ. I swear to God, he's gonna need heart medication after this split's over.
How many spots we got? Oh, this is my
3.
last pick.
This is your last pick.
Give me Foot. Give me Foot. They almost beat OCE teams.
Correct.
Almost.
This is my last pick, so I'm just putting them there.
Okay.
Support the Bulls.
All right, Kyle. Number 19, the runner-up.
Wild card.
I think if they didn't have such a poor major performance, it's just so wild. They were 1 RNG spawn from beating K Corp.
I know.
And then they just shit the bed.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep wildcard at 19. Just we have to have some OCE teams in there, because realistically, I think for me, it was between wildcard or shop.
I understand. I'll just put Scrims rolled over wildcard. I'm not gonna lie, just for the fun of it.
Number 20. Oh God,
Burger King foot lettuce.
Dude, this is. I mean, okay, I can only hate on Oceania so much. I have zero faith in the Shopify roster. They have yet to prove to me that they deserve to be even in the top 20 contention. Give me healthy cheese.
Okay. See, I could have stopped us at 16, but I thought that 20 would be like the last 4 we'd be like, deep in the bag, which I thought would be really funny, and it kind of was.
I think
we
if
are
stop
like
at 16,
scraping the
wildcard
bottom.
goes at 6. I think if we stop at 16, wildcard goes at 16. Purely to respect them.
If it was me, they ain't going 16. I'm just saying that now.
But to recap, KC 1, NRG 2, Vitality 3, The Ultimates 4, Fudia 5, Falcon 6, Twisted Mind 7, Genji 8, Dignitas 9, Gentlemates 10, and Ninjas in Pajamas at 11, Space Station Gaming at 12, Complexity 13, GK 14, Al Kadsaya 15, Secret 16, Luminosity 17, Foot 18, Wildcard 19, and Healthy Chiefs at 20. So that would it'll be interesting to see how this ages after Open 5, but I'm pretty happy for the most part with our picks. What do you guys think?
Nothing too crazy. I think
You know,
we
Respect Al Kadsaya.
we'll see how much merit that carries over.
Yeah. Yes, we will. But anything else that you guys want to add before we jump into overtime?
SSG 10.
Okay. Overtime is brought to you by questions on Twitter, questions in our Discord, and questions from our Patreon members. This one comes from Alyssa B on Patreon. When did everyone start playing Rocket League, and how did you start to play? So, Red, you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Go for it.
I started in 2015 when the game came out. I was a console player. I played on Xbox for till the end of 2018 before I finally got a PC and started playing there. And I did not look back, and I still play this crazy car soccer game to this day. So long road, probably about 1,000 hours on Xbox, and I'm over 2,000 hours now on Steam, and then some other hours on some other accounts on Epic. What about you, Red?
I started also in 2015. Rocket League Season 3 for free to play. For those that know, back when it was Rising Star, Superstar.
Oh yeah.
I was on a laptop, on a good old Toshiba laptop back then. Still KVM. To this day, didn't have a controller that worked with a laptop back then, so never had the opportunity to use a controller, and have been there ever since. I'm at, oh god, how many hours now? I'm at approximately across two accounts about 5,450 hours, so a little under 5,500. And I still play this game like I love it, because I do, and I hate it at the same time.
I'm also, contrary to my gameplay, also started in 2015. I got the EST 2015. I saw a YouTuber playing it while it was in the beta. Basically, I do work. He got a sponsorship to play it while I was in the beta. So I'm pretty sure he has Alpha Boost, but he had never picked up a game again. So it's probably just sitting there dormant. But I got it when it came out. It was free. I had PlayStation at the time, so I got it for free when everyone was paying $20 for it. I didn't pick it up crazy. I was playing it here and there, but like it was a cool looking game. It was something I did play in 2015, not to the extent of it, but or to the extent I do now. It was a game I'd pick up like every like so often. It's like I remember that game, and then I just grind that game. Then you switch games. I go through cycles, so it was here and there. It wasn't until like I think 2021, 2022 maybe, when I actually picked up like playing Rocket League more than like or like as like an actual regular basis game. I think I'm just under 3,000 hours.
I said that's a good question, Kyle. What got you into Rocket League? What did you see an ad? You're like, just see it in the store. What was the, hey, I
So
should try this?
one of my best friends growing up, he was the best man at my wedding. He had it. Him and his brother were playing when I was over there one time. And they're like, "You should try this game. It's pretty fun." And they started so that we were playing split screen, and I was like, "Hey, this is pretty fun." And so I bought it, and that'd have been like season 2, I think. And so I started playing then, and like that's like I played off and on like on console, not really, I didn't really dedicate as much time as I do now, and here we are. So he doesn't really play the game anymore, but I still do. So here we are.
I believe I started it after I watched, I think it was RLCS season 2. I think like all right, back then it was just was it still RCS? I can't remember if it was something different back then, but I watched the Pro Series back then, and I was like, hey, that looks really cool. And then I watched I can't remember it, the old John Sandman and who the even older names in that regard that were playing the game or making it popular. That's really like what kind of got me into playing it. And I think my first ever like friend I made on that was a dude by the name of Diamond Orr, but Orr was spelled ORR because I think that was the dude's last name. Played, I think, ranked with him for like the first 2 seasons, only twos, got grinded out a diamond with him, and then bro moved back to Egypt. And I've never heard from him again.
That's crazy.
But props to Diamond Orr for getting me in the game, man.
If you're out there, Diamond Orr, he
No,
misses
you a
you.
real one. You created a demon.
He may never find out. But man. Also, before we wrap up for today, I'd like to shout out it seems like me finally fixing my internet problem. I didn't lag out this episode.
Imagine this is the ultimate jinx and it just crashes right there.
It just crashes right now.
Well, no.
The jinx of all jinxes.
It was just me being a moron, right? I talked to Red about it, but like, so my Ethernet port on my motherboard was starting to go bad, and so I bought a network card, and I plugged it into my computer, and it worked fine. But then I didn't realize, but the Ethernet cord started to go bad, so I tried another one from my house. That one was also bad. However, when I switched to the other Ethernet cord, I plugged it back into my motherboard, and so earlier last week, I bought a brand new Ethernet cord, and I went to install it, and I was like, oh, it's not plugged into the network card. Oh no! So I have a new Ethernet cord, and it's plugged into the network card on my computer, and I've had no issues lagging out of Rocket League, and no issues with lagging out of the podcast. So big wins, big me being stupid. So here we are.
So proud of you.
Jeez, felt like
This is growth.
a big dum dum on that one. But anything else you guys want to add before we wrap up for today?
Not here.
I'm waiting for another SSG statement.
Do we think OCE, or do we think any minor regions make it out of Swiss this major coming up?
No.
No. I no. I mean, okay. Obviously, Sam's gonna make it out. Mina's gonna make it out. But other than that, no. No.
Do we consider them minor regions still?
I mean, only at least for Sam, only one of them is truly competitive.
They're emerged
Ethereum.
regions. They're not established regions.
Emerged. They're in between. They're in the in between.
Mina's just a little bit higher.
Yeah.
But it's also their second best team is 2 imports. So like, how much stock we putting in them counting as true MENA team?
Well, Ed Al-Qad Saya is 2 imports too.
Are they?
Yes. Toxic,
gosh.
Tox, and Dr. No. Dr. Known. Sorry.
Imports run it.
Yep. But with that, we'd like to thank you all so much for listening. This podcast is proudly brought to you by our name level sponsors on Patreon. Right now, Alyssa B. Please remember to rate us 5 stars wherever you listen to podcasts. Share the show. Tell a friend. It all helps us grow our audience and improve the show. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Twitch, which we're currently live streaming on right now. And come join our Discord. Come talk ball. Come talk shop. Come tell us how wrong our power rankings were, and much more. Make sure to support us by checking out our merch store and our Patreon, as this is how we fund the show, do giveaways in the future, and get to bring you fun content from RLCS events. All of these links and more can be found on our website at boostoverball.com. And from us here on the show, as always, remember to choose Boost over Ball. See ya.